Hey Silver Knights fans, welcome to Horsin Around. Brian McCormack here with you. Now we are still without Darren Elliott. He remains day-to-day with a lower body injury, so we didn't have the firepower to give you your usual full podcast episode this week, but we didn't want to leave you empty-handed, so we did have time to schedule a sit-down with Silver Knights goaltender Carl Lindbom to talk about his stellar sophomore season. Let's give a listen. And we are joined by Silver Knights goaltender Carl Lindbom, who's having another great season and a great return from the All-Star break as well. 3 straight wins and a good run for the team right now. How have things been since you've gotten back from the All-Star rest and recovery?
Yeah, they've been great. Thanks for having me. Yeah, they've been really good. I feel like we're playing pretty good at the moment and getting some points, so it feels good. Let's
talk about this past weekend, because we talked about it a little bit in our last segment. As you guys try to chase down the Tucson Roadrunners and other teams in front of you.
Yeah.
This was a weekend against an Abbotsford team playing better hockey, but an Abbotsford team outside the playoff picture. This felt like a weekend where 4 points was critical, and you guys found a way to get it done from behind in both games. What's the confidence level of the team to get it done and get it done that way?
Yeah, as you said, big games coming up, and this weekend was 2 big ones for us, and we talked about it the week before, like that we kind of need to step it up a notch to close the gap to the playoff teams, and I felt like we did. And as you said, coming back from behind is always a lot of fun and feels really good.
2 wins for you this weekend, and again 3 in a row since coming back from the All-Star break. You know, I wonder, fans I think get used to the idea that it's not common that goaltenders are going to go on back-to-back days all the time. This weekend you were able to do so. Yeah. But there are defensemen who play 30 minutes a night and they play both games. You know, other athletes have workloads that they're in day after day. What does it require from a goaltender? What's the difference that make those day-to-days challenging and that you need to reach back and find that little bit extra?
Yeah, well, it is challenging playing back-to-back, even for players. It's sometimes you have your legs the second day and sometimes you don't. But I feel as a goalie, it's kind of more important to take care of your body, just get good rest and sleep well. So I've always been a fan of playing back-to-backs. I do like it as long as you get good sleep. I feel like you're right in it. You played yesterday. You know what you're doing. So I enjoy it.
Where would you feel it most when you're, again, trying to push back against the adversity of that situation? Is it in the legs? Is it the focus?
It's probably the focus, like the mental part of the game. It's just sometimes even if you have a great game or a bad game the day before, it can sometimes be hard to let go of that game and focus on the next game the day after. But I feel like if you just do your work in the gym, if you're well trained and well prepared, there's no issue with the legs whatsoever.
Let's zoom out a little bit, look at this season as a whole, because for some players who have great rookie seasons like you had, that second season, there's adjustments, there's learning curves of running it back again. Right. Well, you've done it and then some. We'll talk about the NHL opportunities you've had as well, but your save percentage is just under .930, your goals against is just over 2. You're arguably having a better season than what you had last year.
Yeah, no, it's thank you. Well, I appreciate it. So, I just try and not focus on the stats, but I try to focus on the wins and try to focus on all the things that I can do to play well and help my team. So, and I feel like this season has been pretty good so far.
We were talking with Fred Brathwaite on this program earlier this season. Talked a lot about you, and one of the things that we always marvel about in your game is just how well you anticipate. And I say this as a compliment. We don't always see you stacking the pads, doing the highlight reel saves, but it's because you don't have to. You don't usually have to recover in that way. You're usually there and square already. So talk to us a little bit about how you anticipate in your game and if that's something that you had to develop over time, that ability to read the play.
Yeah, well, me and Freddie talk about it a lot. We always talk about having something left. So like you see a lot of players, and a lot of goalies are different. Like a lot of goalies want to do like the big saves. It gives energy to the team, whatever. But if you get the explosion too early, there's a pass across, and you're already like flying out, and there's another pass, you're screwed, right? So we talk about always having something left, just trying to stay on our feet, and if another pass comes, we've got some energy to get over there, we always have something left. So that's kind of what we talk about.
You mentioned goaltenders like making the big save. It gives the energy, just like a Joe Fleming fight gives energy,
Yeah.
or those momentum turning points of the games. Can you feel that in the course of the game? You make that breakaway stop, and you're like, "Oh, that's a game changer."
Yeah, 100%. Like it's when you get a big stop, it's huge for the team. As you said, that's the same thing as a fight or a goal or a big hit, anything, just to get the energy up and kind of get some momentum.
Let's talk a little bit about your National Hockey League opportunities this season. Of course, made your NHL debut. You have your first 2 NHL wins. Just first off, what it was like to go up and realize the dream of playing in the National Hockey League and have the run you've had up there.
Yeah, no, it was and still kind of is a little bit surreal. Kind of don't believe it, but it's been a fun time. It's obviously just the biggest dream I've ever had is playing in the NHL, and having that dream come true. As I said, kind of feels a little bit surreal still to this day.
I think sometimes when we talk to skaters in their first NHL action, you go out, you look around, you try to soak it all in, but then, you go out, you throw a hit, you try to do something in that first shift. It's different for a goaltender. You're out there by yourself, and the puck comes your way when it comes your way. So how did you, in your debut, get into the game?
Yeah, no, I agree. Like as a goalie, you can't force anything, right? You have to let it come to yourself. You can't be like, oh, I'm gonna go and run a guy over.
Right.
I'm just gonna go and save the puck. No, you gotta stay relaxed and let it come to you. So it's funny you say that. So I just try to play my game. Just try to be like, I've done this a million times. Sure, it's on the highest level now, but just try and stay relaxed and try to do my thing.
Sometimes when we talk to NHL goaltenders or AHL goaltenders who get NHL action or even just practice time, when you're facing NHL shooters, you talk about how different it is. And maybe there are shooters hitting spots that in AHL action, you didn't even know you were leaving that one open. That's part of the education. Have you come back to the AHL each time feeling like a better goaltender just from having had that NHL experience?
100%. So it's funny you say that because I notice even in practice when those guys are shooting at you, they always pick their spot. They never hit you in the chest or the arms. It's always they pick a corner. So if there's a shot in the slot, you're either making a really, really good save or they're scoring. So yeah, I feel like I've gotten a lot better just from being there 1.5 months. I feel like I've gotten like a better goaltender. Yeah.
What are some of those areas then that you feel have improved? Again, last year was so good for you statistically that this season, having just grown as a player and from those NHL experiences, are your feet better? Is your glove better? What are the areas you can say like this is sharpened? I think
kind of what me and Freddie are talking about, always having something left. When I was up, I kind of got to feel that, and in the NHL nowadays, I feel like it's less shots, it's more passes, passes across the ice, more passing, trying to pass it into the open net, kind of. So we talked about that, like always trying to stay on my feet, being patient, trying to read the play. So that's been a big part of this season.
To that point, I imagine it's something. Let's talk a little bit about film. And first of all, from what you just mentioned, the anticipation, the reading of the play. Yeah. When fans are thinking about players in the film room, okay, forwards, defensemen, they have systems that they need to work within. For a goaltender, stop the puck. But it probably behooves you to know, okay, this power play likes to work through the left circle or things of that nature. How often are you looking at what the other team is doing from a structural standpoint?
Well, all the time. As you said, power play is a huge thing because there are certain tendencies in the power play where you know, okay, this is where they want the shot. Because we're obviously four on the ice, they're 5, so they're going to get their shot from somewhere. And if we look at the video, this is where they're going to get the shot most of the time. So you can kind of plan for that.
And then for your individual work, when you're working with Freddie, whether it's on film, because I always see when you guys are doing individual drills, Freddie's got cameras and iPads set up. There's a lot of technical work that goes into it. And we've talked about on this show with Freddie, you enjoy the technical. You enjoy the small details, and fans may not realize just how much small detail work there is in the position.
Yeah, as you said, I completely agree. I've always been kind of a detail freak. I I do like kind of looking at the details and kind of be dialed in on that. So it's a lot of like small parts in goaltending where it's in certain situations you can just solve it, but in certain situations it's like this is what you have to do to get yourself the best opportunity to stop the puck, I think.
And can you feel that as you're playing? It may be a bad comparison, but when I talk to Freddie, you think about like a golf swing.
Right.
And the smallest little mistake in form can send the ball 30 feet into the woods, and someone might say like you're dipping your shoulder. No, I'm not. Are there times that you look back at the tape and Freddie's like, hey, you're making this little mistake? Do you always know it, or does the tape teach you sometimes?
The tape is really good to watch. You could think another thing, and you can do one thing, and then the tape says another thing. So watching videos is a big part, and also talking to Freddie and talking to Vic about the position and what would you do here in this situation and stuff like that is really important, I think.
Do you ever, you've been playing so long, you know where the hard spots for a goaltender to get to are, but do you ever go to the other side? Do you ever throw on regular skates, pick up a stick, and shoot on goaltenders and see where they struggle to those corners that are hard for them to get to?
Not really. I wish I did, because I think it's so fun just being out there shooting pucks. But I do ask the guys, when you come in from this situation, where would you often shoot? And I think that's huge as well. Like as a skilled righty coming in from this spot, where do you want to shoot most of the time? So kind of learn from that.
We were talking in our last segment a little bit about the Olympics, and you guys are also fans of the game. And I got a kick out of the last couple of weeks just hearing the roars up and down the hallway as you guys have the different Olympic games on the screens. Were you able to watch enough Olympic hockey? Did you have a good time? I did.
It was awesome. It's so fun seeing such skilled players play against each other, just going at it. It's awesome.
Well, fans all have an opinion, but were you awake in time for the gold medal game?
I actually wasn't.
No?
I was not, no.
Have you gone to see some of the highlights?
I watched the highlights, yeah, I did.
Because the highlights are actually a little hard to find sometimes during the Olympics.
I know.
So I'm sure you've seen the Connor Hellebuck stick save on Devon Taves by now. Yes. From a person who plays the position, I'm sure you have a different appreciation than we would rank that save.
Yeah, no, it's obviously like game saving, like huge stop. Yeah, that was awesome. So he's just trying to like take away like one part of the net, like the middle of the net on the ice, because when Taves has that puck, he just wants to put it in the net. Yeah. Like he's not gonna try and like lift it or pick a corner. So he just put something there and it goes off his heel. It was awesome. It was sick.
And we see enough people say, if that was me, if that was my save, that picture would be blown up and it'd be above the fireplace in my home for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Do you have a save in your career that stands out above the others as your pinnacle stop?
I don't think I have. I remember one stop I had, and when I was still playing in Sweden, I made a really good save on a buddy of mine, Adam Engstrom. He plays in Montreal right now. I had a really, really good save on him, and he's one of my best buddies, so I kind of remember that one.
When we look at the international scene, you grew up in Sweden, and it's been so nice having the NHLers back in the Olympics, because I remember my childhood watching Olympic hockey. You knew every national team like the back of your hand. And now that the NHLers are back in it, you almost had to remind yourself who's from where. And you knew all the American goaltenders, the Canadian goaltenders growing up, the Mount Rushmores, if you will. For you, a young Swede growing up, I'm sure Henrik Lundqvist was probably a poster on your bedroom wall.
Yep.
But I remember growing up, maybe Tommy Salo, Johan Hedberg. Who are your Swedish Mount Rushmore goaltenders that you looked up to?
Good question. I think Hank is number one. If I just said Mount Rushmore, Hank, I think Markstrom is up there, without a doubt. I think Tommy Salo, and I think Söderström. I could be forgetting someone, but those four guys are my top four.
But it does kind of make the point now. Of course, Lundqvist didn't retire too long ago and retired a little younger than he would have wanted.
Yeah.
But between prospects like yourself and Wallstedt, between the likes of Gustafsson, Markstrom. There is a little bit more of an explosion of elite Swedish goaltending talent now than maybe there was 20 years ago.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like we have a really good development plan back home in Sweden, and we do a good job of developing goaltenders. So same with the Finns, same with the Russians, Czechs as well. You see a lot of goalies coming up.
Your brother Olaf is a goaltender.
Yeah.
Played in North America for a bit, AHL, ECHL. Yeah. Was that your inspiration to be a goaltender as well, or did you find that on your own?
100%. He was my inspiration. Him and Hank, I watched Hank a lot. I thought he was really cool, and Olaf, my brother, was a goaltender as well, so it was kind of a no-brainer for me.
And Olaf is still playing, I believe, in Europe.
Yeah.
So you mentioned how much you and Freddie and Jesper talk in the goaltending room for sure. I imagine as brothers, you're probably also sending each other messages back and forth, what you see in each other's games.
Yes. We try and not talk about it too much, because at the end of the day, it's we're brothers and we just want to support each other. But when one of us needs help, we're talking to each other and trying to help each other out for sure.
Did you both want to be goaltenders the entire time, or as kids maybe you did a little bit of everything? And
we did a little bit of everything. Actually, he was a player for a little bit longer than I was, and when he switched to goalie, he's three years older than me. So when he switched, I think it was like 1 or 2 years, and then I became a goalie as well.
What were the other interests growing up? What were the things that maybe could have had a chance to pull you away from hockey?
Oh.
Nothing that much, I suppose.
Not much, honestly. Hockey was always number one, but we did both play soccer when we were young. We were okay at it. I did track and field, which was actually a pretty good sport of mine. I enjoyed that a lot, but hockey was always number one.
Were you just running, or were you a javelin guy? Can we get you to do long jump?
I was a jumper. I was a jumper. I did the long jump. I did the triple long jump, whatever it's called. And I did the hurdles, the running 100-meter hurdles.
So one of these days, if I can get everyone to agree to it, we will do Silver Knights Summer Olympics to see what other talents you guys have. But even now, when you're away from the rink, you work so hard at the rink, but you got to blow off steam somewhere. You are a golf guy, correct?
Mm-hmm. Big time.
That's what you do most of your downtime during the season?
Yeah, pretty much. A lot of golf. I do play some video games, just hang out at home, but mainly golf.
How good are you?
I'm okay. I can hit the ball. Yeah.
What club is your enemy?
Oh.
Is the putting's good, the driving's good, the wedge is a mess? Or?
It's actually long irons. Long irons are tough. For me, driving's always been the number one, chipping number two, putting number three, but just the iron play could get a little bit better. Well,
it's good that you're able to work on that a little bit during the season in Vegas, because Silver Knight fans and Golden Knight fans are thrilled that you're here and having such great success with the VGK and the HSK. As this team continues to make this push to the playoffs, it's going to be 25 games in roughly 50 days. It's on average, you guys are playing every other day the rest of the season.
Yeah.
The whole hockey world is in that kind of situation, so it's going to be a grind for everyone.
Yeah.
But what do you guys need to hone in on to make sure you're able to do the work you need to do to be in a playoff position at the end?
Like this part that's coming up now is huge for us. Obviously, we're right there on almost a playoff spot. So I think just dialing it in, playing like we did this weekend, trying to go one game at a time, one day at a time, and just trying to get as many points as we can.
And that's Carl Lindbom having a terrific second season with the Henderson Silver Knights. They're going to lean on him heavily as they continue their playoff push as they look to stay hot out of the All-Star break. Thanks for hopping in with us. We'll see you next week. Horsin' around.